Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thanks for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're reacting to my queen, my goddess, my end-all, be-all, the one, the only Miss Kelly Clarkson, and some of her performances from her Vegas residency. And y'all, I am so excited. If you saw a post that I made on the community tab of my channel about a week ago, or also on Twitter about a week ago, I said that we're so close to 200 Kelly Clarkson reactions on the channel. We only have 3 reaction videos that we have left to do, and I asked you guys what would be great suggestions for a 200th, because it's a huge number. It's a huge number, and we should do something special for it. And I got lots of great suggestions, but then I saw where a couple people were like, hey, she just sang Piece by Piece, and things have changed about Piece by Piece post-divorce. I need you to react to this. And then I saw later on Twitter where someone was like, she did Piece by Piece and Rock Hudson like back to back, and like talk about a 1-2 punch. And I'm like, oh my god, that sounds like a 1-2 punch my heart needs. So that is what I have decided is going to be my 200th Kelly Clarkson reaction on this channel. We are going to look at the full evolution of her Piece by Piece and Rock Hudson side by side. But until we get there, we got lots of other things that we can look at. So right now I figured we would dive into some of the deep cuts, some of the thankful era music, because one of my good friends, David Michael Vasquez, who's a fantastic singer, love him to death, he went to the Vegas residency a couple days ago, and he was keeping me posted about just how amazing the concert was. He got to meet up with some of the background singers and band afterward and whatnot, and like we've just been chit-chatting, and then he texts me, he's like, hey, she did Just Miss the Train, and I'm like, like that. If you've been with the channel long enough, you've seen me do a series of ranking videos for Kelly Clarkson albums where I go through each album and I do this sort of bracket competition with each song to find out what is my favorite song on the album. Some albums I know off the top of my head what my favorite song is, and other albums I kind of, discover as I'm making the video. But spoiler alert for that video, Just Miss the Train wasn't a 3-way tie for my top spot. It was Just Miss the Train, Anytime, and The Trouble with Love Is. So the 2 songs we're going to look at right now is Just Miss the Train and The Trouble with Love Is. If she did Anytime on this tour, I would die. I would absolutely die, because that song is everything for me. Oh my god. But yes, I'm very excited to dive into these 2 tracks, because like I said, they were tied for my top spot on the Thankful album. I was going to wear my jacket, because I know a lot of you guys who met me out in Vegas really loved my Kelly Clarkson jacket that I made for the concert, but it is too damn hot right now in Florida. So we've got it featured back here. It will remain there for these videos. Maybe for the 200th video I might slip it on, but right now we're just going to keep it in the background. Alright, so I've babbled long enough. Let us dive into the amazingness of Miss Clarkson, and just let's go. I love this suit coat with the lace sleeves. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Mama. I want to make this jacket for myself. This is fabulous. Okay, nice change. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And pause it there and talk about this one first before I dive into the next one. It feels so good to listen to her sing this after so long. After going through everything she's gone through personally in her life with her marriage and all that kind of stuff. Like, a lot of these songs, a lot of these lyrics that maybe didn't necessarily mean a certain way to her when she recorded it or when she originally sang it, like, they just take on this different meaning, and the lyrics just take on something different once you've had that sort of experience. And just like listening to her sing, it's so absolutely gorgeous. One thing, like, I remember mentioning the ranking video that I did, because that was one where I had one of my best friends, Ashley, on the channel, and he and I were both doing our ranking, and this is one place where our opinions deviated. And I remember just fighting on this song. Like, this song is so damn good, and it's one of those songs earlier on in her career where she was really just showcasing the beauty of her head voice and just how she would just flip into her falsetto, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. She changed it a couple places very subtly. The one major place I can think of is coming out of the bridge. She didn't do the big belty note that she does in the recorded version. And I don't think it's a matter that she couldn't do it, because A, I saw her live in concert, and B, even if I haven't seen her live in concert, I've seen her enough on the channel to know Mama can still do it. So she can very easily hit that note that, oh, why that train just passes by, didn't anyone see we were stuck at the line, but we would have made it on time. Of course, I'm doing it like down the octave, but she very easily hit that. But it could have been a number of things. One, she belted her face off literally the entire concert. Like, 90 minutes straight, Mama is just out here giving you belty vocal after belty vocal after belty vocal after belty vocal. So maybe she just wanted to take a little bit of a break. Maybe she's like, you know what, I'm just going to take it down just a little bit. We're just going to chill. Or it could be that she hasn't sung the song in so long. Maybe she doesn't necessarily remember exactly how everything went. I was surprised how well she remembered these lyrics, because we know, us Kelly Clarkson fans know that we love Mama, but she is terrible at remembering her own lyrics. She is terrible at remembering lyrics, and that's where onstage monitors come in handy. But I was watching her face, and like, I didn't see her like looking down at a monitor or anything trying to glance and get the lyrics. Like, there were so many times like she just had her eyes shut and she was just singing and feeling the song, and I'm like, Mama, I'm impressed that you remember all these lyrics, because you're liable to forget some lyrics. All I wanted was horses. But so it could have just been that she didn't remember how the song went exactly at that part, and she's like, I'm just going to spontaneously do whatever comes out of me. Or she just wanted to change it. She could have just wanted to make it different so she wasn't doing an exact copycat performance. It doesn't really matter, because again, we know she can do the note. It was still beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I love this coat. Absolutely love this coat. I want it for myself. All right, let's dive into The Trouble with Love Is.
show. They were like, sure, you're right. Okay. Anyway, so I got to write on it, and then it became a part of this movie that I absolutely love. It's called Love Actually. Do you like Love Actually? If you haven't,
I do, but I also love this coat, actually. I love this
one of the
coat.
greatest Christmas movies. It's not a Christmas movie. It's like Die Hard. Anyway, this next song is from that, and I love being a part of that soundtrack. It's incredible. So,
Actually, this is a different coat, sweater, shirt, top altogether, but I still love it just the same. Come on, mama.
love can be a many-splendid thing. You can't deny joy it brings. Dozen roses, diamond rings, dreams for sale, fairy tales. It'll make you hear a symphony.
Sing, mama.
And you just want the world to see. Like a drug that makes you blind. It'll fool you every time. The trouble with loving, it can tear you up inside. Make your heart believe a lie. You're stronger than your pride. The trouble with loving, it doesn't care how fast you fall, and you can't refuse the call. See, you got no say at all, yeah. Now I was once a fool, it's true. I played the game by all the rules, but now my world's a deeper blue. I'm sad, but I'm wise too. I swore I'd never love again. I swore my heart would never bend. Said love wasn't worth the pain, but then I hear it call the name. Yeah.
Okay, mama.
It can tear you up inside, make your heart believe a lie. You're stronger than your pride. The trouble with loving, doesn't care how fast you fall, and you can't refuse the call. See, you got no say at all. Now every time I turn around, I think I've got it all figured out. My heart keeps calling, I keep on falling over and over again.
Modify it, mama. It's good.
This sad story always ends the same. Me standing in the pouring rain. Seems no matter what I do, it tears my heart in two.
Okay, flip it up in the head voice. That's fine, mama. Go on ahead.
And you can't refuse the call. See, you got no say at all. The trouble with loving.
Yes, mama. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This one, you could feel that this one was giving her a little bit of trouble in some spots. She still sounded fantastic. She still sounded great. But there were some spots, especially once we got out of the second verse into that second set of choruses and then going into the bridge, that there were some spots that she didn't feel as comfortable as she has with other songs. And I don't know at what point during the concert this particular song came up. I don't know if this came after a significant round of belting, because like I said, she was belting song after song after song after song. She might have had like a couple points there where she might have done like something a little bit more low key, but like song after song after song, she's just like bam, 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 knocking these vocals out. So I don't know if this came after a very vocally intensive song, but this song itself is very vocally intensive. Like when she recorded this, she was doing the most. Like Lord Jesus, she was doing everything. And then when she sang it on the Ryan Seacrest show, the white the white button-down shirt, the short brown curly hair, everything. Oh my God, those still some of the sickest vocals to this day that I've ever heard. Like that and her AOL sessions of Miss Independent are two of my all-time favorite performances just in life. Like vocals are insanity. So that's another instance where like she was just doing the most with the song vocally. So it's very high expectations for the song, and it's just it's a vocally exhausting song. So it's one of those things where, like, as a singer, there's a number of things that could have happened to result in her having this discomfort. She modified it beautifully because she's a professional and she knows how to. So there are a lot of places where, like, if you're so familiar with either the recorded version or the Ryan Seacrest version, then you expect her to do all this other stuff. You just have it in your head and you're ready for it to come. You're ready for it to come. And she modified it where she needed to modify it. She took it down in certain places. Instead of like going up and doing all this wailing and whatnot, she scaled it back a little bit. What was the point coming out of my heart keeps calling over and over again. This sister is easy. Doesn't matter what I do, tears more than two. But again, you know, up the octave. Instead of doing all that wailing and whatnot, she just flipped up into her head voice and just kept it very light and pretty. And that's fine. It's nice. But like I said, there's a lot of things that could have gone into why she was having a little bit of a struggle with some of those bigger parts there towards the latter half of the song. Vegas is dry as hell. Ever since I came back to town, people are like, oh, how was Vegas? How was your trip? Blah, blah, blah. And that is the first thing I tell them. It is dry. Forget the heat. I was absolutely fine with the heat. Like literally, this jacket that I refuse to put on right now in my own house because I am too hot, I left the concert and walked the entire streets of Vegas back to my hotel wearing that jacket, and I felt perfectly fine. The next day or the next night when I went to see another show and afterward I wanted to go get some dinner, I was wearing that jacket and I walked the streets back forth from my hotel in that jacket. I felt perfectly fine. It was like 109 or 108 degrees at night at that particular point in time. Like the heat did not bother me. The heat was fine. It is the dryness, the lack of humidity. I am so used to Florida being so humid and swampy feeling that I got out there, the second I got off the plane, my throat felt so dehydrated. It felt like if you turned on a blow dryer and just pointed it at your face. My throat and my nasal passages just dried up, and everywhere I walked I had to make sure I had my water bottle or a Gatorade or something with me just to try and hydrate my vocal cords because I felt so dry. So I'm like, I don't know how singers or speakers or anything come out to this city and do stuff consistently because it is so goddamn dry out here. So that could be a contributing factor that Vegas is just dry as hell. I'm sure they probably have humidifiers or something backstage to help, you know, keep them warm. And obviously she does her vocal warm-ups and all that kind of stuff. But still, that can have a huge effect on your voice, being in that sort of environment you're not used to for that extended period of time. Like I said, it could have been that she had just sung some vocally intensive songs, because I know, like, whenever I'm at karaoke and I go to do Dream On by Aerosmith, depending on the day, depending on the night, how, you know, much I've been talking over loud music and whatnot, I can get through the song and it's perfectly fine, and that note will always come out, dream on, you know, all that stuff. It'll always come out. But it's always depending on what condition my voice is after that note comes out, because that note is, you know, a very vocally taxing note for me. So depending on what condition my voice is, that note may be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and then it might just be a struggle fest for me to get through the rest of the song. There are so many times I've sung that song where it's like I get through that note and then I go back into sing with me, sing for the year, and I just start rushing through the phrases because like I can feel that my voice is just it's done, it's on its way out, and I'm just like, please just make it through the end of this course, make it through the end of this course, make it through the end of this course. And I always just kind of race to the end. There are other times where my voice is in great condition and, you know, I don't feel anything. Like, yeah, I'll hold that note forever and a day, and then I'll just go into that last chorus and I'm great. We're just rocking along. Like, your voice changes from day to day to day. There's so many contributing factors that could have gone into this. Yeah. But that being said, she still did great, and she's a smart singer. She knew that there were some of these upper extensions that just weren't going to happen. They weren't going to happen on this night for whatever reason. And rather than trying to force her way up there and doing any kind of damage, she's like, I'm just going to modify. I'm going to keep it down here. I'm going to flip it up and do a head voice or a nice soft little, like, she's smart about it. So she still sounded great. And you still had that rich, soulful quality, especially in like that first verse, the rich, soulful quality to her voice that I fell in love with first listening to her. It's still there, and it's just got even richer and warmer as she's gotten older. It's magically delicious. Yeah. So Just Missed the Train was, for me, the better of the two, but it just showcases what a intelligent singer she is. So yeah, this was great. I've babbled enough. I've got other things I got to dive into. So hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.